Hello everyone, my name is Taka. Today we are going to look at which materials should you use to study for the PMP certification. So preparing for the PMP certification exam, it's a very significant milestone for a project manager. So given the complexity as well as the breadth of knowledge that is required, it is very critical to use the right material that is effective and efficient for you to pass the PMP certification exam. Number one, the PMBOK guide. This is a must-have. So the Project Management Board of Knowledge, also called the PMBOK, it's published by the PMI. The current version is called the PMBOK 7 or the PMBOK 6. Both are relevant and can still be used if you are studying for your PMP exam. So these are the core reference book for you as you study for the PMP exam. They outline the methodology, the standards and practice, the processes, and even terminologies that are required for your PMP exam. Although the exam tests you on practical application, for example, agile, hybrid, as well as the traditional project management waterfall approach, the PMBOK guide is still essential for the exam. It will give you the understanding of the fundamental concept of project management, mastering the process groups and the knowledge areas. Familiarize yourself also with the PMI language and standards that are relevant for the exam. Here is a tip for you as you use this study guide. Do not memorize the PMBOK guide. You do not have to do that. You just have to go through the material just enough to understand them. Number two, PMP exam preparation books. There are a number of books that are published. The most popular one are by Kim as well as by Rita. These are popular third-party PMP exam prep books that can make a big difference and simplify some complex concepts, offering practical examples as you study for the exam. Some of the highly recommended titles, like I mentioned, it's Rita and Kim and other authors as well. They are known for in-depth explanations, tips, practical questions that are relevant for the exam. They also focus on understanding and even help you to memorize. There's also great intermediate as well if you are learning as you go through the learning process. They're ideal for visual learners and also for those who want to dive deep into project management concepts. The third material that you need as you study is the PMP preparation training. So this is the 35 hours contact time that is required as you do your application. So PMI requires you to complete 35 hours minimum contact hours of formal project management education. So this is actually necessary, or rather a requirement for you as you apply for the exam. You can do the preparation through perhaps a PMI authorized training partner or ATP, and this training can be virtual or can be in-person training, but it can also be facilitated by an instructor or on-demand training. So when you look at a training that is facilitated by an instructor, it offers you structured learning environment that is aligned with the PMP exam content, and also include interactive sections, mock exam, and even the instructor support that also comes with it. If you choose perhaps to use on-demand, self-paced platforms, you can go to Udemy or Coursera, which offer on-demand training at your own pace and also affordable. This type of training is more flexible and affordable, And also, if you're looking also, as you do that, look for highly rated instructors. So in other words, don't take the first training that you meet. You need to look at the rates that are there as you choose so that you get quality on-demand training. A tip around that is that choose a course that blends predictive, agile, as well as hybrid methodology, as this is also reflected by the exam content outline. Now, let's look at the fourth tool or material that you also need. This is the practice exam, or the question banks, or mock exam as they call it. So there are a number of them that are out there in the market. So practice makes perfect, they say. So the quality of mock exam will also help you as you prepare for the exam. So also, as you do your mock exams or the practice test, it also gauges or tests your readiness for the exam. Identify your weak areas as you take the practice test to see which areas do you have weaknesses so that you can prepare even more in that area. Also get familiar as well with the exam format as well and the time pressures that are around, so that when you sit for the actual exam, you are more at ease and you're not under pressure. But I've got another tip for you under that. As you take the mock exam, aim to achieve 80%. What we usually tell our students is that if you get 75% to 80% 3 consecutive times, it means that perhaps you are ready to sit for the actual exam. Right. Let's now look at the fifth material that you also need as you study. So as you look for the study material, also include agile and hybrid learning material. So since the PMP exam now includes significant agile and hybrid project management questions, it is essential for you to look for those specific material. Some of them that I also recommend include the agile principles, for example, agile practice guide, Scrum, Kanban, and other frameworks that are relevant for your agile competencies. And some of them also have got real world application of agile projects. But here I just have another tip for you, or rather a recommendation. The PMI also have an agile practice guide, which is also a good book for you that you can use. It also comes with the PMBOK guide. So if you can also use that, it's also a fantastic book as you prepare for your exam. The sixth set of material that you also need includes the flashcards, the mind map, or even mobile apps that you can use. So these material, they're useful for what I call micro learning. So these are tools that you can use. Flashcards are for quick review of terms and formulas and even some concepts. Mind maps, they're usually good for a visual, where you see the information in a visual. Well, there are also apps that are there, like the PMP Pocket, etc., that are in the market. So these tools will also assist you as you micro learn as you prepare for your PMP exam. Now let's look at the seventh and last tool or material that I believe you also need. So these are the study groups or coaching platforms that are there. So I recommend join a study group, or a group where you can learn and collaborate with other students who are preparing for their PMP certification. In this way, there is a accountability as well as motivation that you get from those around you who are also trying to sit for the exam and pass. Also, clarification of confusing concepts, because some concepts are a bit confusing, but as you discuss with other students, you will also be able to learn. Peer insights are also important, and also, shared resources. In those groups, you'll be able to share resources and give advice to each other on how to approach your PMP certification exam. That was a bit. Right. To the closing remarks or the conclusion. Just to conclude this discussion, there is no one size or approach when it comes to PMP exam. It depends on each individual. We are different and we learn differently. The best material depends on how you gain your knowledge and how you progress in terms of becoming better in terms of approaching the PMP exam. So it depends on your learning style, on your experience level, and also on the time that is available for you. So as you do this, use a combination of these tools as you prepare for the exam. And also remember, the PMP exam does not test you on your ability to memorize, but rather on the application of the concepts. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please click like, subscribe, and even share this video with some of your colleagues who are also preparing for their PMP exam. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day.